Operations no vote. What's going on, JD? Hey, if y'all don't mind, hit that like button for your boy, man. Hit that like button. AC, what's up with it, man? Zaire, how you doing, man? I don't mind, hit that like button, man. Avante say, whatever happened to Lee? You talking about Mr. Interesting? You talking about E? Bumpton, what's up with it, man? How y'all doing, man? Y'all gotta forgive me, man. I ain't got on my big giant windshields today, so I might not be able to read everybody's name correctly, man. Y'all don't mind, man. Hit that like button for your boy, man. Oh man, Lee ended up going to another yard, man. Lee ended up going to C yard, man. Yeah, y'all don't mind, man. Y'all hit the like button for your boy, man. Hit that like button. Like I was telling y'all, man, I ain't got on my big old giant windshield, so I might not be able to see everybody's name. So y'all have to forgive me, man. Damn it. I don't know if this is gonna work. I thought I'd come out here and sit in the park, man, but we got this nice Cali weather, but I don't know how this shit gonna work, man. If these bugs get the fucker with me, I'm out of here. Yeah, so today I was gonna try to do a little something different, y'all, on the live. The topic of the live is questions about my past story. So, because I'll be looking through some of the questions, and I be having a lot of questions on there that I always can't answer and get to. So I'm hoping that if y'all got some questions about any of my past stories, hit me up with a question. And I'm gonna try to keep this rated PG so I can try to monetize this one. A lot of times I get to cussing on here or rapping over somebody else's beat, and can't get it monetized, man. Somebody say that last track with Compton AV was a slapper. Yeah, thank you, I appreciate it, man. Taz MB, what's going on? Larry 88TM. Like I was telling y'all, I don't have my glasses today. Ryan Lever. Man, Ryan Lever, what's going on? I remember your name. I think I did. Didn't you just buy a CD or a T-shirt? I sent you something. Yeah, I appreciate it, man, because your name rings a bell. Well, you know what? It's hard to say how old Fox was, man, because let me see. I was in my early 20s, right? And when you're that young, you think everybody is old, man. So I would probably say Fox probably had to be, man, late 30s, early 40s, maybe. Now that I'm looking at that picture, now that I'm older, he wasn't old to me at all when I'm looking at that picture. But back then, he seemed like an old cat. So probably like I say, man, mid, no more than mid 40s. KP, what's going on, man? Smoke Alone Tone, what's up with it? Taz MSB. Like I was telling y'all, man, today I'm gonna try to do a little something different with the live, man. The topic of this live right here is questions from my past stories, because I get a lot of if y'all don't mind, man, hit that like button too. I get a lot of questions and comments and stuff. Dudes be asking about the stories, and I can't always get around to some of them, and a lot of them I don't even see unless I go to that particular story. So anyway, y'all, like I was saying too, I ain't got my big old giant glasses, man. So God Saves, what's going on? G Foster, what's going on, man? God Save said, what? Hey, shoot your question, son of Will. But God Save say, what happened to Fox? Well, I heard Fox passed away about 4 or 5 years ago. I'm not quite sure exactly how. I heard he was in a prison infirmary though. But yeah, he passed away. Before you're immigrant, say what did you go to prison for? I never heard your story, man. I went to prison for a couple attempted murders and a murder, man. I got an interview on it's the name of the podcast is called Breaking Bread Podcast. So if you go check that interview out, I go into more detail on that interview. Oh man, I believe the penitentiary was way more dangerous in the 90s. Now it's extremely watered down. I've been doing them calls from behind the walls, man. If y'all get a chance, check out some of those. I know a lot of people come check me out for the stories, but that calls from behind the wall that I did with G Dub, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. That surprised me, man. Dude had been through a whole lot. But it's real watered down now. It's real watered down. The cell phones and came in, everybody on drugs. Well, not everybody, but a whole lot of people is in there on drugs. And so, people make excuses to do the things they're supposed to do. Popcorn say you never talk about your experiences in the 80s and the 90s dope game. You know what? I was thinking about that a couple days ago, man. I was out there selling dope one time and got shot. I might give y'all the story on that, man. Carl Martin, what's going on, man? How you doing, man? Larry Young said, "Do you think jail made you a better person?" Oh yeah, most definitely, man. When I think when we out here and we in the streets and we young, man, a lot of us don't care, man, and we don't even have enough sense to care. You know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is we don't know what the future holds on the negative side in terms of going to the pen. We ain't been through the fire, to make us care. So now that's the difference between now and then. Back then I didn't care. Now I care. And by me caring, that prevents me from even doing a lot or even thinking about doing some of the stupid stuff I would have done back then, because I know that, it's always a consequences to our actions. So yeah, that's the difference now, man. And among other things, it made me disagree with a whole lot of things I was doing, and so it makes me see things a lot of different things differently too. So yeah, Son will say if two people in a car and the passenger got a gun, oh, this is gonna be a good one. And I'm gonna be able to easily answer this for you too. Son will say if two people in the car and the passenger put a gun up under the seat and y'all get pulled over, who's supposed to take the rap? Oh yeah, I didn't seen that those scenarios a couple of times, man. And listen, anytime a dude is riding with a gun and he hop in the car with somebody, he supposed to be real enough to let that dude know, hey man, I got a pistol, man. Is it all right if I hop in here? Are you comfortable with that? You know what I'm saying? And of course, so if they get pulled over, I can definitely see him sliding the pistol up under the seat, trying not to get caught with it in his pocket. But anytime that the pistol was discovered, he supposed to own up to it, man. It ain't no need for no two people going to jail or no three or no four people for no one gun. Even if everybody knew the gun was in the car. You know what I'm saying? If it's my gun, I'm gonna let dudes know. In the event I get caught, I'm gonna say they didn't know. I mean, it just don't make no sense. What's the logic in all that? But that's you got dudes going around in the event a person don't want to claim his gun, doing stuff that they don't want to stand up and be accountable for it. But yeah, so before you're immigrants, what's going on, man? Oh yeah, not a problem, man. Yo, chill. I got a question, man. Shoot the question, man. 1BHJ. Oh no, hey Sir Juju, what's going on, man? No, G Dub wasn't his real name. Since of course he was calling from a penitentiary, and he had a cell phone, and also he stabbed the captain. We definitely had to switch his name because I don't know too many people that done stabbed the captain. So yeah, no, G Dub wasn't his name, man. I just threw that out there. But actually, for the first time, man, he contacted me not too long ago. For the first time, man, he heading to a level 3. So hopefully he'll go down there and do the right thing, man, and come home pretty soon. Uh, Heavy OTM say, how long did it take take me to get adjusted back in society? Well, you know what? relatively quick, or at least I thought it was relatively quick. But to a certain aspect, I'm not adjusted all the way because, you know, doing 24 years in prison, that's a lifetime, man. And so, in prison, it's everything is about respect. It's way more respect in prison than it is out here. So living in prison for that long, I come accustomed to a certain amount of respect, and out here you don't get it. People is very disrespectful out here, whether it's intentional or unintentional. So that's something that I'm still getting accustomed to. I'm still getting accustomed to being in public, out in public places, and a person start running behind you, or invading your personal space. Because in California prisons, due to things being so separated by race, we may have a table. Okay, y'all see I'm sitting out here in the park. Y'all see my little chair? This like say this is the day room right here, right? This might be the black side of the day room. The Hispanic dudes, they're not gonna walk through the middle, you know what I'm saying? And we're not gonna walk through the middle of their day room. So this might be the chair. Your cell might be right here, right next to this chair. But you'll walk all the way around. It's a certain area they're not supposed to invade, and we not supposed to invade a certain part of their area. So just things like that, man. So now these dudes are, like I say, I'm in the store several times, a person will come just reach right over my head, won't say excuse me or nothing. So it's just certain things like that. But for the most part, I adjusted, relatively quick. Oh man, somebody asked me what is the craziest thing I seen in prison, man. I seen a lot of crazy things, and some of them I probably save for a story, man. But it was a lot of crazy stuff out there, man. Lamar Uhuru. Oh, what's going on, Carl Martin? I didn't even peep the hater out yet, man. I didn't even peep him out, man. Like I say, I ain't got on my big giant glasses today, so I can't see everything. So I guess that's a good thing for the hater. He can hang around for a little longer, man. Yeah, right. Juju said you was in YA with a G from from Watergate. See, no, this dude wasn't from Watergate. This dude was from Gateway. It's a hood out there in Palm Springs. Saduzu. Saduzu Indokoweze. I always have trouble pronouncing your name, man. When you uploading your music on Apple, pretty soon, man, I'm just to hop on that music real tough, but it's a little tough trying to do the music, the stories, write the music, do the videos. So I gotta back up off one for a little bit. G Foster say one of his cousins just got off parole after doing 22 years on a life sentence. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Hey, G Foster, I bumped into one of your homeboys, Mumbles. Bumped into Mumbles the other day. Me and Mumbles was locked up in CMC West right before I left. I had met him. Gateway, Carlos Ramos. No, I didn't get to Delano until 2011. At the end of 2011, North Kern. So yeah, no, I wasn't there when they had the hunger strike. Oh, that's a good question, man. It looked like inhumane. Oh, inhuman joy, man. You run into so many funny people in jail, man. I mean, I'm talking about just natural comedians, man. And jail is a place that it just depending on who and where. Sometimes you definitely have to tone down on the joking and stuff, because too much joking, man. But I ran into so many funny cats, man. And this dude ain't the funniest dude. He just one of the last ones that I remember, because I ran across him last. A dude by the name of Joker. I believe he was from Nine Deuce Bishop. This dude was funny. I ran into a dude by the name of that was real funny from Insane, named Tomboy. Um, man, oh my God, look, y'all talking about funny. There was another dude by the name of Fox. Just reminded me, he was an old dude. I don't know where he was from. He loved to gamble and stuff. This dude probably was in his 60s, 65 and stuff. And he was real funny too. Oh man, then another dude by the name of Ed. Old dude named Ed. He had always had a whole bunch of funny jokes to tell. He ended up passing away. But yeah, man. Bakersfield, what's going on, man? HG Wells, what's going on? Charlie Wise, like I was telling everybody today, um I don't have my big old giant glasses, so I might not be able to recognize everybody's name. Uh Carlos Ramos, do you know any homies from Florencia? No, I don't I never ran across any dudes from Florencia that I know of. Oh yeah, sir, Juju, most definitely, man. There's a lot of talented people behind there, man. Some of those dudes have so much talent, man, and the things they create, and they just ingenious up in there, man. It's a trip. Tavares Bronson, what's going on, man? Blessed child, what's up with it, man? Hey, I just talked to your boy Spoon last night, man. Nate Wilson say you crossed paths with Monster Cody. No, every time Monster Cody came to the pen, they threw him immediately in the shoe, due to his just stature with the Crips and his influence, so they didn't want him potentially influencing people on the yard and this and that. So no, I never ran across Monster Cody. But you know what is crazy, man? Now that you mention it, I think I did run across SD Flight 88. What's up, homie? How you doing, man? I did run across, I believe it was Monster Cody's nephew, and his name was S Head, and he was from Rolling 60s. Yeah, imagine that. Cause that area is so close, and I believe so. What happened is, his mom happened to just move to the other side, and that's where he was from. Yeah, Monster Cody's. I believe it was Monster Cody's nephew. Somebody asked me any IE projects or Black Rag Mafia stories. Uh, I might have to think. I knew a bunch of cats from IE projects. Man, my boy Stretch, rest in peace. Johnny Jones, Robbie Dobbs. Many of them. Fuzzy. Uh, Greedy. They call him Greedy, maybe. Uh, uh, a few of them, man. Carl Martin said there's a dislike. I don't understand. That's all. How can anybody dislike your positivity? Well, we got a lot of weirdos, haters, and suckers, man, and it's always gonna be that. From time to time, man. Of course, can't be positive all the time when you got these weirdos, and that's basically what it is, man. Some of these dudes just get a joy off of coming on other people's pages doing weird stuff. So that's basically what it is, man. And you just gotta roll with the punches. Hey, Nate Wilson say, Tyshawn Curry, what's going on? JD, what's going on? Oh, hell yeah. JD said, would your car get mad at you for jumping in people's beef that have nothing to do with you? Most definitely, because I mean, okay, like say JD, me and you from different cars, and we homies, and it just all depends. But okay, just say we homies, and some dudes come over there and rush you right with me. Okay, now a situation like that, yeah, I may be able to help you, and they not trip. Me and you chilling, they come jump on you, especially if we fuck with each other every day. I'm not just to let nothing happen to you or whatever. But now it depends on now if it's a situation where you didn't got into a gambling debt and your homies is coming to discipline you. I can't get into that, or you done some stealing, or it just all depends on the nature of the infraction. But 9 times out of 10, yeah, it's always mind your business. But I have seen dudes, like I say, sometimes come to the aid of one of their partners, and it's like, man, that's my partner. So it just all depends, man. And Nate Wilson said, Tookie Williams used to hang out in Bannon, right? Oh yeah, most definitely. Excuse me, Tookie was in a boys' home out there, right? And it's crazy that you bring it up, Nate, because I'm gonna go interview the dude. It was a dude from Bannon, or actually he's not from Bannon. He been in Bannon so long we say he's from Bannon, but he's originally from Compton, and he was in the boys' home with Tookie, and he got pictures of him and everything and all that type of stuff. And I've been meaning to get out there and interview him. I should have got it done, got it done, but I'll get it done uh probably next week or the week after, most definitely. Oh, Carlos Ramos, no problem, man. Hey, thank you for supporting my channel, man. I appreciate it. Hey, that's crazy, Mr. Hayes. How you doing, good brother? I was just thinking about you last night, man. Somebody was asking me earlier in this live right here, any stories about anybody from Detroit, man. I got a good story about a brother named Junior Hayes. Whenever he give me permission to drop it, if he don't give me permission, then y'all will never hear it. But this is my good buddy right here, Junior Hayes, man. And I was thinking about you last night. Honestly, I was thinking like, dang, I hadn't seen you in a minute, man. So it's good to see you, man. And good to see you, man. Charlie what's going on? And now that's a good question right there. He said in Cali prison, what was the biggest shank you have seen? Uh Hey, oh look for the moderators, y'all. As far as Richard Macon go, man, he got at me, man. We didn't hash a few things out, and so we gonna let him stay in the we gonna let him stay in the stay in the live, man. And, he say he ain't gonna be tripping and stuff, so we ain't tripping on him. We gonna let him hang out, man. We didn't hash stuff out. He's all right, dude. Now, so anyway, Charlie, I don't know exactly how big it is, but you might be surprised to know one of the most biggest and ugliest, most dangerous looking knives that I've seen was at a level 2. I was at this level 2 Corcoran, and we had a welding. They had a welding class back there, and they had it was a dude who was disabled. He was paralyzed in a wheelchair. Kabu. His name was Kabu. He was from Rolling 60s. And so he was in that class back there, or not necessarily in the class, but they call it work exchange. You got to go through work exchange, and then they have all these vocations back there. And I can't remember if he was in welding or not, but anyway, of course, the dudes in welding would make these knives, and they would give it to him. And since he was paralyzed, because when you come back through, you got to come through a metal detector. But his metal detector gonna go off any day, so every day. So but yeah, he had brought back some knives, man. Them things was vicious. And then, matter of fact, okay, and then also too, look, I never seen it, right? But I heard it, and it scared the hell out of me. I end up at that level 2, I end up stabbing somebody, catching a stick. Like I keep telling y'all, I'm gonna hit y'all with that story one of these days. And so they shot me. I went to the hole, but they ended up shooting me to the 4-yard. Now I leave the 2-yard and go to the 4-yard. And my next door neighbor, who was some Southerners, and they was cool, but they was in there sharpening the knife. And I never, like I say, I never seen it. But man, it sounded like they had a hacksaw blade in there, man. That just the way that thing sounded, man. Man, that motherfucker was scary. And I was telling my celly, man, if we ever get into it with them, we gonna have to come out and get cracking immediately, immediately. But I never, like I say, I never seen the knife, but just the sound of it, he'd be sharpening it at night on his sounded like he was sharpening on his locker. And yeah, that thing sounded scary. Then I seen some ugly knives too, and I seen some ugly knives in Ironwood, man. My boy from Grape, I ain't gonna put his name out there, but he was selling some knives, and these things was vicious, man. He broke them off the we got these food carts that that they put the food in and wheel people the food when we on lockdown. And man, yeah, he was selling some knives, man. Them things were so vicious. I only needed one, but I bought like 3 of them or 4 of them because I didn't want nobody else to have them. I mean, I'm talking about other cars and stuff, So yeah, I bought the knives and passed them out to the homies. But yeah, them things was very, very vicious. AP said, yeah, there's some B dogs in Bannon. They 900 block is what they call East Side 900 blocks. Oh, okay. Now look, that's crazy. Look, okay, look, smoking. What does it say? Smoking the kid 20. Smoking kids 420 reviews. He say, chill. Tell a story about a time someone lost their knife inside them and transport. Now I got a good story for y'all, and obviously you ain't watched my calls from behind the walls, because the dude that I interviewed on there, G-Dub, he tells a story about that when he was in the hole, he was transferring, he had a knife, it got caught, he got stuck, and all that old type of stuff. So go check that story out, man. Calls from behind the walls, man. I'm telling y'all, I know a lot of y'all come and y'all want to come to the page because of the stories that I do and this and that. But that calls from behind the walls, that story right there surprised me, man. Dude done been through a whole lot, man. And it was interesting even to me. So you get a chance, check that out. Calls from behind the walls. It was part 1. Dude had a real interesting story. Oh man, Songbird, shit, I seen a dude get stabbed in Ironwood and got killed. And the cold part about it was he was a white dude, and I didn't really know him, but I would speak to him occasionally because he worked in the visiting room, and I would go on visits pretty often. And they say he was like 2 or 3 weeks to the house, man, and he owed a drug debt, and I guess the money was late, and they killed him, man, a couple weeks before he went to the house. And beatings, man. I didn't see so many beatings, man. Like I say, the beating on Lee was, man, listen, the beating on Lee was so vicious, man. I had to make sure I didn't jump up and say nothing because, okay, I remember I was in the county jail, and I seen two Pikes fighting. Now I don't know these Pikes at all, but it's an older Picer, maybe about 35. He fighting a younger Picer, and this one I'm fresh in the county jail. Man, he beating the shit out of him. He knocked him down a couple times, then went to kicking him, and next thing I knew, I just jumped up. I said, "Hey, stop!" you know. And it was just natural, man, because he was beating that dude so bad. I mean, everybody love a good fight, but he was beating the hell out that dude. Now, you know, a move like that, man, in prison, that would have definitely got me. I would have been in major trouble had I done some stuff like that. So, I didn't seen too many vicious beatings to even name, man. I seen one dude get knocked out at CMC, man, and I didn't see it, I heard it. And I was about 5 feet away. I heard it, man. They knocked big old fat dude. They knocked him out, man. And just so happened, one of the other bloods, he was a blood. One of the other bloods came. The dude was bent over, bleeding just everywhere, man. And I think that if the dude hadn't have picked him up, he just lifted him up and set him up against the workout bar. If he hadn't have done that, dude might have just suffocated in his own blood, man. But yeah, you talking about beatings? I done seen some, man, gruesome beatings, man. A lot of bad stuff. Oh yeah, Larry Campbell, thank you. I appreciate it, man. He said calls from behind the walls. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude was about the business, man. Y'all should definitely check that out, man. Calls from behind the walls, man. I was real, like I say, I was real intrigued with the story. Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely. And like I say, y'all, I don't got my my big glasses on today, so I might not be able to read everybody's name. So y'all forgive me. Psychotic V, what's going on, man? Organized chaos. Say, yo, chill. How about one of your? Is that supposed to be war stories? Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna give y'all one pretty soon, man. And listen, when I tell y'all about the story that when I stabbed the dude, I'm gonna put everybody's real name out there, man, because I won't cast to know who all was there. So I'm putting everybody's real name out there. Dudes who was there, I was thinking about putting the name of the dude I stabbed out there, but we'll see. Or I allegedly stabbed. It was alleged that I stabbed him. Yeah, but we'll see. But I'm definitely gonna put everybody's names who was who was there, man, who was there that particular day. The long way. He said, tell us a time when you seriously consider leaving the Crip gang due to the violence. Well, be honest, I never considered ever leaving the Crip gang due to violence. That was never a thought. Especially when I came to the pen and I was young. When I was young, seeing violence, it was exciting and it was fun. It was fun as long as it wasn't you. And it never was me, and not because I was no super tough dude or this and that. I just stuck to the rules. Prison is not as hard as a lot of people make it. When you do time, of course, you may have some bits and bruises here and there, behind people just maybe unnecessarily fucking with you or whatever. But if you pretty much just stand up on your own too, mind your business, follow the rules, you're gonna be all right. I would say 85% of the trouble a person gets into, he brought on himself. Just like gambling without being able to pay, drug debts, talking stuff to somebody, just having too much mouth, acting too hard. A lot of that stuff, man, is just minding your business and staying out the way. uh DeVaris Bronson say, want to hear a visiting room situation, inmate against visitor. Well, I never really seen too much of that, man. For the most part, visiting is one place that everybody's on their best behavior. I did see a dude tripping out on this girl one time, pouring soda on her head, and I did see a dude. It was kind of funny, but I don't really have enough to give y'all the whole story. But a dude was on a visit, man, with one girl, and his other girlfriend showed up. And so they was talking a little crazy out there in the visiting room, and then it was time to lock up, and when we leave visiting, it's like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, whatever time yard recall was. And instead of going to the cell, the dude goes outside, because when you leave the visiting room, you come outside to the yard. He just takes his shirt off and starts jogging around the track. But yeah, so that was kind of funny. Then I seen this one dude named Brick about a Compton. He got into it with his girl, and you when our visitors are leaving, it's a certain point that we can't pass. They go outside the door and on their way out, and he didn't care. He got mad and he walked all outside with her, way out there, trying to argue with her and hold her. And they was telling him, get out of here. You can't do. Oh, this is my wife. This is my wife. And so that was kind of funny too. Yeah, somebody asked me, did you ever come across any GDs, Vice Lords, or any other Chicago-based gangs? Yeah, I came across, I believe he was a GD. Whoever, he was up under Larry Hoover, so whichever one that was. But he was about a Memphis though. He wasn't from Chicago. He was from Memphis. Somebody said, what's the craziest shit you seen, man? Well, shit. Like I say, I don't know. I wasn't a I wasn't in prison. I was in county jail. Maybe one of the like I say, the story I told about when old boy was in there with Wild D. And I'll be having to remember, because like I say, most of the times I get these dudes nicknames, names that really wasn't their nicknames. So I didn't want to mess around and call his real name. But yeah, hey, but okay, wise man, hey, good looking out, man. He said, just showing some love. He hit me with a $10 super chat, man, and it says, your cousin T Mac said you was locked up with the big homie Mac from Chill. My cousin T Mac said you was locked up with the big homie Mac from Paris. T Mac, I'm trying to see. Are you talking about? Because I know a couple of T Macs, but oh yeah, I was locked up with Mac. That's my boy, man. Yeah, I was just talking about him last night. I was when I got out, he got me a job in Moreno Valley. And I was talking to one of our other partners, man. I was asking what's up with him. I hadn't heard from him in a minute. Me and Mac, we was in the same building. Matter of fact, me and Mac was like 3 or 4 beds away. Yeah, Mac was cool though, man. Pop Cork said, have you seen a man knocked out? Yeah, you know what, Pop Cork? Or is it Pop Cork or Popcorn? Popcorn. You just reminded me of a story, man. I seen a dude, man, one time get knocked out, man, and he had his knife in his boot, though. He go to approach a dude, man, and he got the knife in the boot. And I'll tell that story probably, man. The dude get knocked out. He gets slapped, put to sleep right there on the yard, man. And so, of course, when the police come to get him, they pick him up, take him up in the office and search him down. And he got a knife on him. So he go to the hole for getting knocked out and had a knife. Now, Nate Wilson, okay, that's a good question right there. Because, okay, look, y'all, the topic of this live was supposed to be questions about my past stories. So, Nate Wilson, that's a good question right there, right? Nate Wilson say, Wild D violated, right? And I definitely agree with you, right? I definitely agree with you. But let's keep everything in perspective and think about the whole entire story. Like I say, okay, we in the tank. We in the tank. Dude had already let us out like about an hour late. It's Friday night. Everybody want to come out, watch BT, chill, whatever. Get some, after dinner, we want to come out, get some day room time or whatever. So the dude, first we got an asshole in we got an asshole in the booth doing the unlock. So he finally come on maybe about an hour late and say, okay, I'm gonna let y'all out. Y'all come out, don't be fighting. Hurry up, shut the doors. I'm gonna let y'all out in about 5 minutes or whatever it was. So when he let us out, everybody, dude was saying too, y'all got a minute to come out and shut your doors. And the significance of that was because we used to leave our doors open and go into cells and fight, so the police couldn't see the fights in the tier. But the police up in the booth, they can tell when you don't close your door. Door number 5 is open or whatever. They got the little light system where they can tell. So anyway, he tell everybody lock the door, come on out. So this dude probably take now he already gave us a 5-minute warning. Get your cups and this and that. I'm gonna buzz y'all out. So when he buzzed everybody out, oh boy, and I forget the nickname that I used for him. Oh boy, he takes his sweet time. He take his sweet. So dudes is hollering up there to him, hey man, come on out, come out, man, come out, hey man, shut your door. He's still just in there taking his time like he's super crip. So finally, when he do come out, instead of closing his door, he stands, now he look, because he on the top tier, he stand down looking at everybody else mad dog and like, nigga, what? Yeah, I did that. So when he come down, When he come down, my boy Wild D go up to him and say, "Cuz, I'm telling you, Crip, you were foul for that, cuz. Me and you, we gotta get it. You gotta see me, Crip." And he walk away. So now, as he walking away, the youngster, which was, I was a youngster too at the time, he run up on him and dope fiend him from the back. Now say, okay, now Wild D at that time, Wild D probably was about 26, had grew up in YA and all that old type of shit. Now I don't know, because I never asked him this in particular, but I felt that he felt disrespected because old boy dope fiend him like he wasn't a Crip. You know what I'm saying? So once, okay, because up in there, the protocol was, if you wanted to get down with somebody, hey homie, me and you, let's sketch that fade, we go up in the cell. You know what I'm saying? And so by him dope fiending him from the back, I'm assuming Wild D must have felt like, okay, this dude trying to treat me like an enemy, well, I'm gonna treat you like an enemy. So when he took him up in there, basically, I'm assuming in his mind, Crip love was out the window. So you gonna dope fiend me like that? I'm gonna take you up in here, I'm gonna embarrass you, and I'm gonna do you bad, like I'm saying. So, but he luckily, we came to the door, and it was a couple dudes there to stop me, because I was really at the door just looking to see what was going on. Like I say, I was up in there young anyway. But oh boy, he was from Gangsters. He had a bunch of homies up in there from Gangsters. They wasn't tripping on Wild D. Matter of fact, they end up making him leave, because then what he kept trying to do, he trying to mix up. We had some Magic Shave shit. You could buy out the little vending machine and make your hair ball. So he was trying to mix that up and throw that in Wild D's face. And so Wild D went and got at his homies, told him, listen man, y'all better get this dude before I hurt him real bad up in here. So, of course he violated, but I think that he must have felt, oh boy, because back then it was still some Crip love, even though we was up in there, everybody was up in there fighting each other and all that shit. But so like I say, I can't speak for Wild D, but I'm just assuming that's what he was upset about. Right. Then you right, DeVaris Bronson. See, DeVaris Bronson, I can tell you really be checking my stories out, and I appreciated that. And then you right. And then so after he fired on old buddy, and the police came in there and they got him and they left, and then they came back, like, because most of the times when two people like that would get into a fight, they'd send one of them away. But they both came back. So when they both came back, then old boy didn't want to fight. Talking about, oh no, he too big for me. I don't want to fight him. But his homeboys made him go in there and squabble up. Mr. Bitterdose, what's going on, man? Mr. Bitterdose, tell me what I owe you. You owe me a like, man. Hit that like button for your boy, man. Hit that like button. Lewis Chin, or Jen, excuse me. I ain't got my glasses on, y'all, so I can't see all that great. But yeah, he said, did we program and get along with the Northerners? Yeah, when I first got to Salinas in '96, we played basketball with them. They was real cool and stuff, And so, but by me being young, trying to learn the ropes and stuff, I don't remember a whole lot, or I wasn't really focused on them and stuff. But yeah, we was cool. We used to kick it and hang out, and play basketball on the same side of the court. And but since then, of course, later on I went down to Ironwood and all these other places. There wasn't a whole lot of Northerners, and then I heard from time to time blacks had gotten some riots with the Northerners. So I don't know now. I don't know the climate between the two as much as it used to be back then, or is they still cool? Later on, I ran across some Northerners too right before I left at CMC West, and they was cool. They was cool, but it was a little bit different though. It was a little bit different. Kevion Cooper, why you coming on here with this bullshit, man? Talking about how often did I get balled up on the court? Not by you. I balled you up one-on-one, easy, like it was easy too. Yeah, it was easy. Yeah. That's my boy, y'all, Kevion Cooper. That's my boy, Young Rich, man. Real cool cat, man. But I see somebody said Venice Blue Devil. You know my homie C Looney from Via. Yeah, I know C Looney, man. If you go back to one of my original stories, C Looney was the first one of the dudes that I met when I hit the yard, man, up there in Salinas, and he was telling me that he was asking me and this other cat how much time we had. And the other cat, I think, said, oh, yeah, I got 15 to life, so I'll be home and such and such. See, Looney's told us, no, y'all ain't going. Then he asked me, you got life too? I said, yeah. He said, oh, yeah, man, y'all ain't going nowhere, man. Y'all gonna Y'all got life. Y'all ain't never getting out. Y'all gonna be on the yard with me. Yeah, but I know C Looney, man. Your homie Huggy Bear was up there. I know your other homie too, Ace Capone, real good too. And then it's a trip, the Venice Blue Dev, because right before I left CMC West when I paroled, uh, they got a bunch of different yards, E yard, D yard, shit like that. But we all go to the same chow hall. So when I'm leaving the chow hall, I see C Looney. So we sat there and we hollered for a little bit, and we chopped it up. I'd seen him a couple times and shit. Yeah. So yeah, I know C Looney. I know a few of your homeboys too, man. Matter of fact, now it's coming to mind. I know a few of them. I can't think of all their names right now, man. Man, I can see his face good as day. But yeah, I know a few of your homies. Tall, dark-skinned dude. We used to play basketball. He was left-handed. I can't think of his name right now, man. But Spook, your homeboy Spook. Your older homeboy Spook. His initials is LS. He was my first celly ever when I got to Salinas Valley. Yeah, matter of fact, when I left CMC West, we was up there together. And he ended up getting out too. He had life, but he's out now too. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Real talk. He said, yeah, he too big for him. He didn't want to fight, but he wasn't too big for you to dope fiend him. So it just man, that's how it goes sometime, man. Jack Brown, any bad habits, man? Yeah, man, just being extremely violent when I felt I had to. I don't smoke, use drugs, or this and that, man. But when you in prison and you never getting out, it's really no incentive to be good. And so, like I say, I wasn't walking around on no tough guy shit, but I definitely wasn't going for nobody fucking with me. You know what I mean? Because, what's the incentive? And especially, even to get out of prison, even if you got a date, you got to get out to get out. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to make it out. So, eventually I adopted the attitude like I'm going to just mind my business and I ain't going to fuck with nobody. But if a motherfucker fuck with me, in my mind, man, I had to, man, it was okay for me to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Y'all, I'm sitting in the park chilling, man. I just seen my phone say, 15, my power's at 15%. Chill said, did the Crips ever have a war with the Aryans while I was there? Not necessarily the Aryans, but we got into it with the white boys a couple of times. A white Crip hit the yard, a couple of times. Matter of fact, at Ironwood, but I wouldn't necessarily say they was Aryans, because at that time, when it's a situation like that, all the whites come together as a collective, whether they're Aryans, whether they're just regular, regular Peckerwoods. A Peckerwood is just basically a basic white boy. That's what they call them, Peckerwoods. They're not necessarily gang affiliated. So you got the Peckerwoods, then you got the the skinheads, the Nazi lowriders. They got a bunch of different little factions. But anytime it's a racial issue, even if he's a white Christian, he gonna be expected to come out there, set that Bible down, and perform. You know what I'm saying? Larry Campbell say, why is it that fat people go to jail and come back skinny? Skinny people go to jail and come back fat. Well, you know what? I don't know, but it's an extreme myth that everybody in jail works out and everybody's muscle bound. I would honestly say, in my opinion, man, and I could be wrong. I would say maybe about 30% of people work out in jail. It's not like everybody's in there massively big and all that old type of crap, man. And I have seen a lot of people in there fat, get in there and lose weight. And I guess, with all the time that you have, because, man, I had a celly one time. This dude was fat as a bastard. And I was in the hole one time, and he came through there, and it was crazy because I was just talking about him the day before. We was on the tier, and because somebody was snoring, and that dude used to snore real loud. And I was saying, man, I had a celly that used to snore so bad, and I'll be damned if I looked up. He came in the very next night, walked right past me. His name was Cliff. He was from Jamaica somewhere, over there somewhere. He had one of them accents, and he walked right past me, and I didn't recognize it. So then he heard me rapping on the tier, and he called down to me. He said, chill. And he was right across from me. And I said, man, that's you, Cliff? I didn't even see him. So, but yeah, he had lost a gang of weight. So I guess, by having so much time in there, some of them just feel like, fuck it, I might as well work out, And then maybe the skinny people, of course, if you don't, because like I say, everybody don't work out in there. So, you have some people who just go up in there and eat all day long and stuff. So maybe, they get a little big. Popcorn. Yeah, man. Yeah. Popcorn. So you say that you talking about his name was Lawyer. I don't know if I put his real name out there. I think I did. Yeah, man. Cause the dude, man, the dude was able to clean the shower and do a whole bunch of shit. He didn't want to work. And I didn't have a problem with him not wanting to work. My problem was him. You got this job that the job that we performing, man, is for all the blacks. We clean the black side of the tier, we clean the black side of the shower, and I can understand that if you don't want to work, but uh you had a chrono saying that you can't lift so many pounds and all that. Go show the police your chrono so they can unassign you so you can get somebody in. Because it would really piss me off when I'd clean the showers. And Ironwood is hot as hell. It'd probably be like 106, 110 by 8, 9 in the morning. I go cleaning the showers, and you be the first motherfucker to hop your funky ass up in there. So yeah, after that upset that made me mad. So I wouldn't grab the shower bag. I threw that motherfucker across the tier or whatever. But then I realized, okay, I shouldn't have done that. So I wouldn't apologize. And he act like he was okay. But I'd already told him, don't get in the shower tomorrow because that day happened to be my day off. So anyway, the next day he went to tripping, man, and I had to give him ones and twos. DJ Maniac say, how long have you been rapping? All long time, man. I've been rapping probably since I was 12, 13 years old, man. Probably 84, 85, somewhere up in there, man. Somebody real talk. You ever looked up with prison POV? He's a Bakersfield Wood. Now, if you talking about the white dude named Splinter, is that who you talking about? Because if that's who you talking about, I like that dude, man. That dude seems real sincere. He tells stuff just how it happened, and he don't put no extras on it. Yeah, so if that's who you're talking about, yeah, I like that dude. Yeah, and you can tell he's probably like, I think he even admitted he's a dope fiend and this and that. But yeah, that dude is a real honest dude. He seems honest, and like I say, his stories don't seem like he put no he put no he put no extras on it. What's going on? He says, hey, chill, what's your actual name, bro? Hey, well, look, it's funny that you asked me that, right? Because I was thinking, man, well, a situation made me think about that, initially, and I was just thinking, like, what, stuff like that I shouldn't even put on YouTube. Reason being is you have so many like dudes, not necessarily so many, but you will have a few dudes, man, who be wanting to me just know like things unnecessarily, and then my thing is like, why dudes be wanting to know certain stuff like that? You have a lot of just dudes that's extremely inquisitive, so you never know if they going. And so I was wondering, like, damn, if a dude knew my real name, could he find out where I'm at and all that, where I stay and live and all that old type of crazy stuff? So certain things that I've done before in terms of stuff like that, I think now that ain't a great idea. DJ Maniac, you have to survive, stand your ground, most definitely, man. You got to make it out to get out, man. And like I say, I done seen a few dudes get killed up in there, man. And so sometimes you gotta go hard, man, if that's what it calls for in order to get out. Praz say I am is the police. I don't necessarily mean he's the police. Sometimes everybody, we got to keep in mind, man, that everybody that get on YouTube and hop in these lives, everybody is not from the streets or whatever, and so they have different mentalities, and sometimes they just ask a question just out of just being inquisitive, not necessarily knowing that that's not a question you don't ask a cat who from the streets or whatever. It's different worlds, you know what I'm saying? So I'm never quick to like put a jacket on a dude, but sometimes, like I say, it's just different worlds, man. Different worlds. Yeah, man. Matter of fact, Vince Blue Devil, I think if I'm not mistaken, the last time I ran across Honey Bear, if I'm not mistaken, when I went to the hole for that sticking, I believe he was in there as well. And but I didn't actually see him, but I heard he was in there. Ruthless. Did you ever run across a dude named Ruthless from BPS? You know what? Nah, not that I remember, right? But I do. I ran across a few cats from BPS. So, but no, I don't remember Ruthless. I do remember a Ruthless, but yeah, no, but that Ruthless. Matter of fact, I ran across the Ruthless I'm thinking of. We was in Ironwood, and he was from. This Ruthless was, I think, either from Hoover or Grape Street. I think he was from Grape Street. Yeah. Oh, I am. What's going on, man? I didn't see that, man. Look, I am. He hit me with all caps. He pushing the line. Oh yeah, man. I think I was 21, man. Getting ready to turn 22. I didn't ignore your question though. Like I say, I don't got my big bifocals on, man. So I probably just didn't see it, man. But yeah, Popcorn, that was his name, lawyer. No, yeah, that was his name. The dude used to do legal work all the time, man. So you got any YA stories? No, I never went to YA. I went to juvenile hall for a little while. Most definitely Asiatic. Most definitely, man. Asiatic say refrain from giving too much information. Chill. Yeah. Nate Wilson say how common is suicide in jail? I didn't seen or seen or heard of dudes commit suicide. I wouldn't say often, but it happens, man, and it's a trip because most people that I seen commit suicide weren't lifers. Dudes maybe with 2 years, 3 years. That going to the hole, man, really breaks some people because most of the times in the hole, you don't have a cellie. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people need that interaction, man, and communication with others, and being in there for so long with nothing to do and just man, sometimes you have to have mental fortitude to deal with that hole, man. You gotta keep it. You gotta be strong, man. And it's if you're not used to being by yourself, it can definitely bother you. Lewis James B. Hey, I appreciate it, man. He hit me with a $5 super chat, man. I appreciate that, man. Lewis Chin, did you get along with the Bay Area cats? Yeah, you know what, me, I got along with all brothers up in there. You know what I'm saying? It's not outright segregated, but you do have certain dudes who have certain prejudice, right? And to be honest, I never even really knew they was tripping until I never even knew the Bay Area cats had a thing about not selling up with Crips until I caught that sticking, and I was in the hole. And so I'm in the hole, and the police come and say, hey man, we got a dude in here. You in the cell by yourself. Can he move up in here? I said, well, let me meet him, man. Let me see who he is and this and that. Because I always like to talk and get a feel for my cellies. Because of course, if a motherfucker crazy or he seem a little off, I'm not trying to move him up in there. Because at some point in time, I have to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So if the dude is crazy, so anyway, he brings a dude up over there, and the dude, I believe, either I don't know if he, I think he was, I don't know if he was Kumi or if he was BGF. But once we talked, and I told him where I was from, he was like, "No, brother, I'm not supposed to move in there with you." He wasn't tripping. He was just like, "I'm not gonna start anything back here that I wouldn't do on the yard." So I guess he wasn't going in the cell with nobody who was a crip or whatever, and so he didn't come in. But yeah, I got a good buddy though. I got a good buddy that's from the Bay, man, from 6 9 Ville. And hopefully one of these days I get him on this channel. So yeah, I had a lot of partners from everywhere up in there. I didn't discriminate, and a lot of them didn't discriminate. So where and how do black people fit in like Jamaicans and the guys from Belize? Well, the guys from Belize, it all depends, man. Depends, some of them may run with the others due to the fact they speak Spanish. Most of the time, the Jamaicans, man, of course they're black, but it just all depends. They don't necessarily hang with the blacks, but I mean, they don't hang with the gang members. It just all depends, man, on that specific person, and what they interests are, and where they comfortable, where they level of comfortability is at. So chill. You ever been locked up with anybody from Swans? Oh, come on, man. Heck yeah, man. I got my good partner. I just talked to him the other day, man. My partner Snow. I think Snow is from 8-4. Then my partner Ebone. My partner Ebone from Swans. Me and him kind of grew up together. Mac. Matter of fact, it was you had if that's where you from. Oh yeah, come on, Taz MSB. My bad, I'm tripping. MSB, Mad Swan. Yeah, you had a homie named Mac, Mexican dude, who was a blood. He stayed on the yard forever. They never messed with him. The Mexicans did never trip on him. Yeah, man, I knew a gang of cats from Swans, man. Gang of cats from Swans. Oh yeah, man. Zolo said, You meet any other cats from any other states that got locked up, which in the California jail system basically inhaled their own. See, California, we don't press a line on cats out here, man. In the way that I'm assuming cats from New York or whatever, or some people might trip on Cali cats. To my understanding, it's a lot of hate for Cali cats in other prisons. But no, dudes from New York, Detroit, uh, Philly, we embrace them cats and hang out with them and all that old type of stuff, man. G Dub, most definitely G Dub, and that's an interesting topic. G Dub said, "Can I do a video explaining Cali politics? Seems confusing for people deep south." That's good. Yeah, Taz E Bone, man. His initials is E Dub. Matter of fact, like I say, I don't know if you know, he used to live in Bannon, man, and he used to spend the night at my house all the time, and I spend the night at his house. Matter of fact, my family kept him for like about, when I say kept him, I mean he moved in with us, for about a month or so. And actually, I just left him at CMC West, man. CMC West, yeah. That's my boy, man. Yeah, we used to go. Matter of fact, when our family would go fishing, we'd take him, we go fishing, go riding dirt bikes, all type of stuff, man. Oh, yeah, definitely. I already got a few more calls recorded, man. Calls from behind the wall. I just gotta get them. I just gotta get them ready to put up. Lately I just been kind of doing a few things, personal things, and then out here too. My buddy, he got his little man cave out in the garage, and so we go edit the videos out in his garage. And lately, man, it had been so damn hot out here, man. It was off the chain, man. Popcorn say, why does Charleston White as well as the Crips and the Bloods outside of Cali try to push a narrative that black gang members bow down to the Mexicans? Because they ain't never been out here, man, and they say what they want to say. Now look, I'm gonna keep it real. The Southerners is extremely organized, right? And you do have some dudes who's scared of them or whatever, but it's not like the narrative they trying to push, like, the blacks just immediately bow down. Especially when I first came to Penn, man. You got a different generation of young black men in prison right now, and that's just keeping it real, man. When I came to prison, them dudes was riders, man. Them dudes was riders, and you honestly could take a crowd of maybe 15 serious blacks and move a crowd, man. Them dudes was riders. They was with the business, and one thing, they knew how to squab. Like me growing up, my uncles from the age of 5 or 6 years old, he would take us outside, show us how to fight, and he would do this often, all the time. He punch us in the chest, trying to make us tough and all that. Having us, me and my cousins, fight each other or things of that nature. Always make sure we knew how to fight. Nowadays, man, video games got them youngsters, they don't want to do nothing. Just like, okay, my generation came to jail, we done it all, man. We played basketball, softball, football. We was athletic. I mean, because we didn't have these games to play, you know what I'm saying? But now these dudes, man, I was surprised, man, when I started seeing blacks who couldn't play basketball. I mean, that's one myth I bought into. I thought everybody black knew how to play some basketball. And so, man, but now, you got these dudes, man, they couldn't play basketball, they couldn't play softball, they couldn't play, they was throwing like girls, swinging. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. Only one time in my life I ever swung at a softball and missed, and that's when I was batting left-handed. How can you not hit a softball? I didn't see many people don't swing at the softball and miss, but I'm just saying, we grew up playing all that stuff. Basketball, football, baseball, that's what we was doing. Going outside. We go outside and play. And so, but that's the thing, these dudes, they don't know how to fight. It's a big difference, man. Like I say, in my generation, especially the generation older than me, all them dudes knew how to box, man. They had a boxing gym, a boxing ring at the park. Them dudes would take the gloves up there every Saturday. They'd be up there fighting for fun, squabbing for fun. So that's the difference, That's the difference, man. Taz MSB said he did time in Carolina and in Atlanta. Cali dudes are slim out that way, but same time you gotta hold your west down. Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Old school cats used to do flips down the street, all that type of stuff, man. They got a different type of youngster growing up, man. Oh man, somebody asked me a good question, man. Just when my phone went dead, I mean not dead, but it's dying. The screen is getting dark. I mean, I can't see, and you already know I can't see from the gate. But he said the question said something about why do black men have a problem with being organized, and basically it's just that, man, our egos. We don't want to feel that somebody is basically black people have a problem with and I don't necessarily say if I want to say it's black people, but our pride, I guess. We have a problem basically with you know a certain type of authority, because we grow up so confrontational, and I'm talking about in the game culture, not every, where it's you bravado, trying to be tough, trying to be hard. So it's not, we a lot of us got the attitude that ain't nobody gonna tell us nothing, and we think that, we think we hard and we tough. And especially sometimes when a person will come try to tell us stuff, it's in the manner that he is trying to tell us, we feel that we being there. That's the word right there. We feel that we being checked, and our ego is not just to let nobody check us. Now, you come and talk to me in a respectful way, then I'll listen and take some advice. But when dudes try, hey man, you just go over there and do 100 burpees because you got to do this, a lot of dudes ain't gonna accept that, because they feel that being in the gang actually is so much about react in a certain way that's acceptable to people that's watching. That's basically what it is. Let's keep it real. Being in the gang is looking for acceptance. So if we do anything that we feel is outside the norm of a gang member, a lot of people fear that they're gonna be ostracized, and so it's that fear that makes them respond in a way they think that they're gonna be accepted. Because growing up in the gang culture, we always told, homie, take that fade, don't run. Do this, do that, don't be no punk. So you don't want to get, we don't want to get criticized and ridiculed and pushed outside the flock for not doing, what's expected of a gang member. Like my homie used to have used to have a saying, and that saying goes, it takes a lifetime to build a reputation, but it takes one time to fuck that reputation up. So like I say, man, you can be a rider from 89 all the way to 2015, taking fades, fighting, squabbing, shooting, doing your thing. But the one y'all and caught up in crap. But anyway, man, I'm out here chilling. Like I say, it's getting dark, man. I'm out here hanging at the park. And so I was just tapping in with y'all, man. I appreciate everybody for rocking with me, man. And I'm gonna definitely hit y'all back with another live stream pretty soon, man. I'm gonna probably have another story for y'all tomorrow too, man. I'm probably like inconsistent with my stories, man. So I got another good one for y'all tomorrow, probably tomorrow, man. So y'all rock with your boy, man. Y'all, if you ain't yet check out the story that I just done. Man, what did I call it? G-Rock was turned up. Yeah, G-Rock was turned up. Y'all check that out. If you ain't got a chance yet, be sure to check out my calls from behind the walls, man. That story right there was so interesting. It even surprised me. But anyway, man, y'all have a good night. Be safe out there, man. Resume normal program. Y'all already know what it is.